All right, time once again for Catching Up with Tommy Mac podcast here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com. Make sure you check out their app as well. You can listen to all the day's lineups, check out all the podcasts, and on everything that's done right here at 1010XL. Lots and lots of content for you to take a look at and listen to. Sorry, Taylor, I can't answer the phone right now. Sorry about that. Messed that up a little bit. Brought to you by my friends at Carpet Man. If you've seen the commercial, LVP stands for Luxury Vinyl Planking. Check them out. Chris Jackson, he's built it from scratch. He's a really good dude, really good businessman. And I'm honored to represent him here on Catching Up with Tommy Mac. Of course, the Southern Grill. What would I tell you? It's the best. Go down there. Go down there. When you're in the downtown area, or you live nearby, go to the South Bank, go to Flagler Avenue, and go to the Southern Grill. Trust me, just trust me. It's absolutely phenomenal. Of course, I'm in the 1010XL studios. Graham Marsh is here as well. Graham, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Sir. Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Now, I got to start this show with only one way. I know I already started it, but this is official now. Okay?
Okay.
Today is my mother's 92nd birthday.
Let's go.
Joni, I'm going to pick her up. I told her I'm picking her up after the podcast. We got some things to do. We're going to go to lunch. We're going to celebrate 92 years to my mother, Joan. Listen, I know I talk about my dad a lot. I do, because of what he did for our country, for our family, for me personally. But I'll tell you what, man, my mother, she's the greatest mom I could ever ask for. Always there. The Rock. Kept some things quiet from Gino when we were growing up, so we didn't get it too bad. You know what I mean? She just was always there for her family. So 92 years of age. And then how about this? Ironically, my mother-in-law's birthday is today as well.
Look at that.
Yeah, how about that? So meant to be on that front. And it's
celebration day.
And it's my in-laws' anniversary.
Look at that.
53 years. So congrats to them. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, yeah, great day of celebration. Great day to get into things here on Catching Up. You know, everyone, the Jalen Hurts contract, it's awesome. I'm really happy for Jalen Hurts. You know, I'm happy for this kid, and you already know the story, but his resilience, his class, forget on the field. Just the way he handles things, the way he handled being demoted at Bama, the way he went to Oklahoma and got him in the big show, the way he played there, what he did once he went to Philly. No, was he fantastic off the get-go? No. But what did he do? He worked on his craft, worked on his game. They worked with him. He, had a phenomenal year last year. We know the story. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Listen, you want to talk, in Trevor's side, you want to talk about a kid that can make it from the pocket, make the throw from the pocket, make it from out of the pocket, and beat you with his legs all the way to the house from anywhere on the field for the most part. That's who Jalen Hurts is, and that's quite the weapon. So congrats to him. It's funny. I was like, wow, this sets the tone for Trevor. I'm like, I made a tweet earlier. I'm like, wait a minute. Go to Kyler Murray's contract, $190 million in guaranteed money to a guy that doesn't even study, doesn't even put in the work to be as good as he can be, and he gets $190 million in guaranteed money. If I'm Trevor, I'm starting with that. By the way, I'm adding, 130%, 140%. You know what I mean?
Jalen's
I still want to see Trevor do it another year. I believe in him 100%, 1,000%, whatever. But I want to see him do it. And I think he will. And when he does, and when he leads the team, and it takes a team, takes defense, takes O-line, takes everything. When he leads that team to prominence in 2023, I'm going and I'm trying to make sure that he's a very happy young man. And he will be. And he'll deserve it. But congrats to Jalen Hurts. Look, the money is what the money is. It's not going down, just so everybody knows. The money's going to continue to go up. The TV deal, I think the cap goes up another $50 million next year. So it's going to continue to go up.
Why do you think so many free agents signed one-year deals this year?
Absolutely, because they know what's coming. And you got to factor that in. It's all based on revenues, and the players get almost half. They almost get half the revenue that comes in on a yearly basis. TV contracts, everything. You throw it all into the bucket, they get 49-point-something%. So good for them. That's what they negotiated for in the last CBA. And hey, man, I think it's awesome. I know I'm a former player, but I think it's awesome. I mean, look, I wish we played in this kind of money. You know what I'm saying? That's some damn good money. That's retirement money. That's not going to work after you're done playing. That's retirement money. So congrats to Jalen Hurts. I think that's awesome. And again, love his story. Works on his craft, gets better, got better. We'll see what they can do another year. Now, you look at Lamar, you hear the new contract being offered. Come on, Lamar. Smarten up, as we say in Boston. Smarten up. Look, Deshaun Watson got the most guaranteed money. He's not the best quarterback in the league. So that whole theory that the best quarterback gets paid the most, it's kind of out the window because of what Cleveland did, right? They guaranteed $250 million to Deshaun Watson, who they thought what? Look what he did with Houston when he was good and healthy, right? And everything was going fine. Well, of course, nobody knew what was going on behind closed doors, but whatever. He was performing at a very high level. You would call Deshaun Watson at one time a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League, I would say, while he was with the Texans, right? At least up and coming, rising,
4 or 5.
Okay, fair enough. And you banked on. Now you're thinking, well, wait, if we surround him with better talent, we get him this, we get him that, he's going to take us to here, and who knows? Remains to be seen. So they hedged their bets on that. They're like, all right, if it's amazing. The guy, gets in trouble, turns down the contract first, gets in trouble, and then gets offered more to go to another team. What is it? One's man's trash, which is not trash, is another man's treasure. Yeah, that's what they looked at it. So I don't know, man. That throws the whole theory out the window. If you look at Jalen Hurts, look, we've been through this, Graham. Today's day and age, you either roll with your guy and make him a franchise QB, or you start over. And you're not starting over. Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, without a doubt. And his trajectory is still going up. He's still got a lot to go, and they're banking on that. And they should, and I would too. There's no doubt about it. But he's a guy. Look, is he the best quarterback in the league? No. Is he one of the highest paid? Yeah. Is he one of the best? Yeah, I'd give him one of the best. I don't know where I'd rank him, but he's top 6 at least, maybe 7. If Lamar is, he is. I would say that. But that's not how it's going anymore. It's based on the value to your team and what they believe in you and what they think. Look at Daniel Jones to the Giants. It's nowhere near the kind of money, nor should it be. But Brian Daboll said, you know what? I'd rather roll with him than go find somebody else and implement my offense and get him all this stuff. Maybe I don't want to go through a young kid. I don't want to get I just want Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones can run my offense at a very high level, and I'm comfortable with that. So we offer him the lower end of what we can offer him, and he grabs it, and hats off to him. 2 years, $84 million, right? $84 million guaranteed. Way less than any of these other guys that have recently signed or they're looking at, and rightfully so. So that kind of fits, but I don't know. You look at Mahomes, what did he sign? 10-year, $250 million? Or no, $450 million with $250 million guaranteed.
With a really fat signing bonus that stretched over 10 years in terms of the cap. Yeah. So the Chiefs and the Eagles, in a different way, but for the same result, did this with the Hurts contract. Neither of those contracts necessarily assault their cap. Their salary.
No, right. Yeah, they're friendly, cap friendly.
So,
well, when you spread it out 10 years, you can do a lot with that.
Of course. And then the Jalen Hurts deal,
5 years.
Right. And the signing bonus isn't all that high.
Yep.
So that number divided by, I think it's 5-year deal divided by 5.
Yeah, his first year or two is good, but then it gets really good.
There's only
cranking.
There's only 2 years that are really really counting against the Eagles. Right. It's the 4th year is $25 million.
Right. And now the cap goes up. You're going to be able to manipulate the whole thing. So it's 100%. Good. It's all good, man. I think it's fantastic. What happens next? Look, if I'm Lamar, I'm just go back. I mean, where are you going to go? I wouldn't give up I wouldn't. I wouldn't at this point in Lamar Jackson's career give up 2 first-rounders and pay him guaranteed of whatever he wants. If I'm him, I mean, they added OBJ, right? They gave you a little bit of help. Let's see what they do in the draft. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it's his business, right? He played his cards here. I kind of get it because he's sitting there going, wait a minute, I'm as good or better than Deshaun Watson. Why aren't I getting $250 million in guaranteed money? That's how players think. That's how we think. We look at other, but it's getting convoluted at the top. You're like, well, Mahomes is number one, right? Consensus? Okay. Well, they may redo his deal. You never know. I mean, they could go back to him and be like, look, Pat, we know you're underpaid now. Back when we signed it, you weren't, but now we're going to add another 50 whatever million guaranteed to your deal. Now you're up to $300 million. By the way, if I'll just throw it right out there. And again, I don't like getting into people's money business, but Trevor has a good year this year, and I already said what that would be. $300 million guaranteed wouldn't be crazy if it's a long-term deal. Not a 5-year deal, but well, maybe I don't know. I mean, what's Jalen? He got 180, right? 179
guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Contract
and that's
is
injury guaranteed.
It's worth like 250.
Right, 255, I think.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of times you're like, oh, they're pushing the money out. No, he's going to get, unless he gets hurt or bombs, which I don't think he will. He's going to get that. He's going to play the 5 years.
We all believe that in 5 years, Jalen Hurts will still be the Eagles quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why the Chiefs
That's why they do it. Yeah.
That's why the Chiefs did the 10-year thing with Mahomes.
Right.
Everyone knows they're going to renegotiate before 10 years, but
all he needs to win too in those 5 years is one Super Bowl. That's it.
Yeah.
Or at least be there every year.
Mm-hmm.
But he should hopefully win one for the city of Philly. Another one.
I think city of Philly. I would believe that unless something drastic changes in this time frame, I would believe all 5 of those years, when the year starts, when that NFL season starts, they'd be top 3 or 4 in betting odds to win the Super Bowl. You would believe, right?
Yeah, I agree. Well, they got a great defense. They got a very good offensive line. They got it all.
They got weapons.
They got weapons.
Backs,
yeah.
They got coaching.
A very good. Yeah, the coach. They love the coach. I like him too.
They're in the NFC instead of the AFC.
True. No, absolutely.
They got everything going for them in Philly.
Absolutely. Although I think the East, the Giants should be all right. They were good this year. They should be able to expand. Philly's going to be on top.
Dallas will be a thorn in their side.
This Commanders sale, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in it, but I did see this. Daniel Snyder has owned the team for 24 years. His record, 164, 220, and 2. It's only 5 teams had a worse record during those 24 years. 7-win average. That doesn't seem that terrible. I'm sure there were, obviously I didn't look back the whole 24 years, but there were some 5-11s. There were, 4-12s. I'm sure there were, but 7 wins a year isn't.
I think it's because
terrible.
I think it's because for the most part they didn't have very many 2-14s.
Yeah,
and
there's
records like that
close to the 7-9 range. Yeah, they feel like that kind of team.
They're always just below average.
Yeah, lately,
pretty much
for the past 24 years, which isn't good enough, right? So that'll be interesting. No. They got 2 bids now. A new bidder came in at $1 billion more. You know what I learned, Graham? I did not know this. So, and I got this off of Pro Football Talk. The controlling owner must be able to put in 30% of the purchase price. Cash.
Wow.
Cash.
That's a lot of money.
So $7 million, that would be $7 billion, that'd be $2.1 billion that the buyer would have to put in cash.
Let me just check my savings real quick.
Or finance. I guess if you could get it financed by somebody. I mean, you think the return on if you I know it sounds ridiculous. Like who's financing? Supposedly the others that they agreed to in principle with Magic Johnson, Josh Harris, I think his name, is they're financing the entire sale. So think about that. What kind of return? I guess all the other owners help them finance it.
Yeah, I don't know how that. No,
that's how
they
do it. Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
I know. It's just big. And then the players are like, yeah, damn right, we got 50%. Are you kidding me? It just keeps getting better. And look, it's a great sport. It's phenomenal. Everybody loves it. Most people love it. I wouldn't say everybody loves it. There's a lot of people that don't like it, but nonetheless, it's going to keep growing. And good for all the players. And you know what? Yeah, look. I just find it funny with the Hurts thing. Everyone's talking now about. I'm looking at Kyler Murray. They had to write in his contract or something that he had to study more film or watch more tape. and you gave him that guarantee. I mean, I'm like, if I'm Trevor and his age, I'm like, I study. And I lead the team to really, great years, and hopefully he can do it again, like I said. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And you know what? Will it ever? I don't know. Will it ever stop? Ever. Unless, something happens to Earth, which who knows. But you know what I'm saying? Like, is it ever going to go down? Is it ever going to level out? Maybe with the TV is going to what's leveling out.
Yeah.
They don't offer any more money. That'll level it out.
It won't level out until the salary cap itself levels out. Yeah. But as long as the salary cap goes up, contracts will go up.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. All right, Andy Reid is excited about Jawaan Taylor. Did you hear this? Andy Reid says, hey, he can play right. He can play left. He's very athletic. That guy's so smart. He would play guard. He could play center, or he would play center. And I'm sitting there going, no. He don't play guard. He don't want to play no guard. Now that you're paid, though, this is why I'm bringing it up. Now that he's paid, wouldn't you play anywhere? Right? I mean, if you're Jawaan Taylor, you got $60 million guaranteed money. $60 million guaranteed money to play offensive line position. Do you really care where they put you?
No, but that doesn't mean I'll be good.
Well, of course. I'm just saying, right? So here's my thinking, my wondering anyway. Depending on which we're going to draft. We're going to get a draft talk in just a minute. Cam's got his bag. Would he be willing to play another position? If need be. If they come, what if they go tackle with number 24? And he has a chance to start. And maybe, you know what? We feel that Walker's better at left. This is all hypothetical. Maybe Walker's better at left. Would Cam play right? Would he play right tackle, maybe? Maybe. Would Walker play guard? We'll see. It's going to be an interesting. I just found it funny. Look, he is very athletic, Jawaan Taylor. I want to see him play left, but again, the way the tags are set up, they're equal value. They're both the same now. Remember, he's going to tag $18 million to tag Jawaan Taylor at right tackle. Left tackle's the same. So, I don't know. Going to be interesting there. Hey, look, we wish Jawaan all the best. He gave us he battled his ass off. One thing that KC will love about him, he does get after people. I love his tenacity. He's a tough dude. Hey, look, again, if he plays like he did last year for you, you're going to love him. You're going to love him too. There's no doubt about that. All right, draft talk real quick. Just as a whole, Houston, this whole we're not taking a QB. I don't know, man. Now, look, you've got Davis Mills, which you may or may not like. I don't know. They know better than we do. You got a brand new coach in D'Amico Ryans. Do I want to, normally you want to bring in your own guy. Like I want to be hitched to him. Granted, Trevor was already here. You're not bringing anybody in for him, over him, even if when you're Doug Peterson, but they're hitched together now. They are totally hitched together. I think it's more of a smoke screen. I really do. The question is, which quarterback do they go? And could they trade back? That could be a nice little bait. Hey, man, you know what? We're going to take the edge. What if somebody really wants that edge? Whether it's Will Anderson or whether it's a Tyree kid from Texas Tech, I think he's from, right? He's the next one or maybe the first one. So it's supposed to be a bad to the bone edge, but smoke screens are aplenty, as we all know. We'll see, man. We're about a week out from the draft. It's going to be good. The off-season program started yesterday. Made a tweet earlier. I tell you, off-season program's the best. You get up, you eat, you go work out, you eat, you go maybe take a nap, you eat. You might go do another workout like karate or running or whatever, stretching, yoga, whatever. You do something like that. Eat, take a shower. I wrote in chase that tail. You could be married or single. You got to get that in, of course. And you do have to chase it whether you're married or not. Trust me.
That's how you get your cardio in.
What's that?
That's how you get your cardio in.
Exactly right. And then you eat again, and then you go to sleep. Maybe you go out and have a couple drinks or not, but whatever. It's a great life is what I'm saying, the off season. Oh, no, they're back to work. Yeah, they're back to work. Trust me. And you work hard, but most athletes like working hard. They don't mind working hard. Like, it's kind of fun. Get sweat and get all jacked up and feel that weight go up and run really fast and jump all that stuff, Makes you feel good. So great for them. Great to see most everybody back. I don't think Ingram's going to be back. Whatever. He runs fast. I don't care. He's going to run fast again. I'm sure he'll be in shape. And, as long as he's working on his game, that's all we can ask. And look, it's April. They've been working out on their own. They've been working out. Probably March. Sometime in March, they started lifting and running and doing stuff. But nonetheless, all right, like I said, the draft, let's talk Jags draft. All right, I'm going to ask you this as well, Graham, okay? I'm going to give you a list.
Yes, sir.
These are just ideas. There could be others. If I didn't include them, it's just because my ADD got me thinking otherwise. These are a list of players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8 or 9, that I think could be there at 24. I want to know who you would pick. Okay?
Out of these 8,
out of these 8 or 9, I think there's 9.
I'm Trent Baalke. This is my board.
What's that?
I'm Trent Baalke, and this is my board.
This is the board. Okay. You've got, and some may not be there. I do understand. Like Anton Harrison, I got there. He may be gone. The reason I have him there is Phil Rosher made a personal visit out there to watch that offense. Maybe there's another O-lineman out there they're looking later in the draft. I don't know. But Anton Harrison, they say, is a phenomenal pass blocker. Phenomenal. So, nothing wrong with investing in that. So I got Anton Harrison there, Nolan Smith. And for the record, all these, they got them all over the place. The mocks, they got them all freaking all over the place. So bear with me. Nolan Smith, the edge out of Georgia. Brian Breezy out of Clemson, the DL, defensive lineman. Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver from TCU. Why did? Because they brought him in for a visit. I think that's significant. Miles Murphy, the DN/edge from Clemson. Osiris Torrance, the guard from your alma mater, the University of Florida, total beast. Brian Branch, the safety out of Bama. Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. And this guy I think is kind of a stretch, but he's really impressive. Keon White out of Georgia Tech, the defensive end. I've seen him a little bit later than that, but he could also be in that realm. So if that, and then there may be more. Zay Fly, I just don't think Zay's a real fit here. Like he's not a number one. Like you got a lot of guys to feed. They taking Agnew out of the offense and just keeping him as a returner. Maybe, and maybe Jamal's fine with that. I don't know. But I didn't, I don't have him. And, look, you got a couple of the corners. I didn't really include the corners. But, of course, whether it's Emmanuel Forbes or the kid out of South Carolina. He's later. He's like Cam Smith, I think his name is. There's a few corners that could. I don't think Joey Porter Jr. is going to be there. I didn't include him.
Keely Ringo might be there.
Thank you. The kid from Georgia. Thank you very much. So out of the ones that I just picked, who you think is going to be the pick for the Jags?
Brian Branch. Final answer.
It's funny. I had him listed number 1. I wanted to throw you off because I have him as my pick too. And look, if Harrison's there, I'd probably go Anton Harrison. I'd probably go left tackle or right tackle, whatever. Just another tackle. Because you don't look. You've got Cam, who before his injury played really great, right? But he's he's coming back from an injury, another injury. You got Walker, who's young, still developing. Can't hurt to have another tackle. I know you grabbed Josh Wells. You still need depth, But, yeah, if he's sitting there, I think he's too good to pass up. But I don't think he'll be sitting there. I'm a little bit Torrance would pull me. He would, because he's a beast. He's the kind of guard that, you can just not worry about the guy in front of him. He's going to handle because he's massive. He's not 300 pounds. He's like 330, 340 and can move. And he's really, really good. So he would be someone that I would gravitate towards. Breezy, look, I know, look, everyone thinks, Taven Bryan again. I don't know. He's a big-time recruit. He's a big guy, 6'6", 300 pounds, and he moves incredibly, incredibly well. He might have been he was a really big recruit coming out of high school. That doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't really mean anything, right? It means something to a certain degree, but, that doesn't always transition. It's like, junior high to high school to college pro. Doesn't always transition for whatever reason. But I don't know. He doesn't hit the quarterback enough for me. I don't need just a sacker, but I need a guy that can rush the quarterback. I said that last time when we were talking about Miles Murphy.
We already drafted the project.
No more projects.
Yeah. If we're drafting somebody to get to the quarterback, I need it to be somebody that's got moves. Yeah. That's
Keon White's somewhat of a project.
Yeah.
Now he's 6'5", 290.
I'm a little bit out on projects right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a little bit.
I think Branch right away upgrades your secondary.
And with
boom.
With how much they struggled to cover guys inside, to cover tight ends or slot receivers coming down the middle of the field, a guy like Branch would be really hard to pass up.
I tell you one thing I'm working on if I'm a defensive back coach, defensive coordinators, and including my linebackers who are dropping. You got to learn to fight through traffic. You either go around it, you either go underneath it, or you go over the top without losing a beat. Now, granted, they may make the pass, but you can't get stuck. And that's how offenses are today, and we see it here in Jacksonville. They set up those routes, right? They're not supposed to be picks. They don't look like picks. They look like they're doing around. Now, granted, sometimes they look like picks, and they don't call it. They'll like run around, kind of like, oh, no, that's my route. I'm supposed to turn my shoulders to block you. Didn't you know that? Because the ball's going to be on the inside.
That's an Andy Reid special.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
they
totally.
do that. They run picks all the time.
It's hard. It's hard to run through, especially when if you're in man and you got that wide receiver on the outside, you got to take him all the way across, man. You got a lot of shizzle to get through.
And
man.
If he's already a little bit faster than you.
Right. Now you really got it. Like we were saying, how that, you go like they did it with Agnew. Vroom, vroom. Right? Same thing they did with Kansas City doing in the Super Bowl. You're once you see him go, you're thinking, okay, he's going. Now I got to look and see, because I can't run into my guys. My peripheral's pretty damn good, right? I can see him, but I still got to kind of take a peek. And the minute you peek away, I slam that foot down. I come back out. By the time you turn, it's over. Phenomenal play. So I think Brian Branch is a guy that, look, he's not my safety either. Now, granted, I don't know. I like Cisco a lot, and I like Rayshawn Jenkins a lot. I think they're part of the real foundation of this team, not just the defense of the team. They really played Rayshawn had a phenomenal year. I mean, the run, the pass, making big plays. I think Cisco's on the verge of being a very, very, very good safety. Hey, any one of those guys go down, you need some help. You got Dewey, of course, who can do it all. But Brian Branch is my pick because he can jump in on that slot. What I saw about him, I think I said it last week, the change of direction and his tackling. One of the scouts called his tackling the best he's seen from a defensive back in many, many years. Some scout on Brian Branch, the safety out of Bama. And I tell you what, Mike Caldwell likes to call that safety blitz, doesn't he? Nickel blitz. I love when they smash the QB. It's such a great feeling. I've hit them a few, but, man, just to watch them get them when they're not looking especially. Or get them anytime. Smash them, although today, I don't know. You can't even drive them into the ground. That just seems so, I don't know. Even rugby players drive each other into the ground, Pick them up, slam them down. At least you can't dump them on their head. I get that. I don't want to break their neck or anything, but, little sternum, hairline fracture maybe.
A little extra body weight.
Yeah. Remember when, was it Jim Burt that hit Montana? You're probably too young for that. Jim Burt,
I don't know.
D lineman from the Giants, hit Joe Montana right here and just destroyed him.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. All right, so I think that, look, I know Miles Murphy's being talked about. Quentin Johnson's kind of now they brought in more wide receivers, but they're not first round prospects from what you read and whatnot. But Quentin Johnson is. Now I've seen him in the second round too, but I've also seen him a lot in the first round, right around that 24. Him and Zay Flowers seem to be right near each other in that 24, 22 type range. So I think, with them bringing him in, and he's a big wideout, and I know we don't need him. At the same time, your bird in hand is who? Calvin. But what if, we don't know. We like we said, there's no guarantee. We hope the best, but what if? What if someone gets hurt? You need another stud wide receiver. I think Quentin Johnson gives a big target and can get down the field, and I'm telling you this, 40 and in, I know who I'm going to. Going deep, baby. Going deep. Whether it's Calvin, whether it's Christian, whether it's Zay, Ingram, I don't care. That's I think that's going to open up even more. I will say this about it'll be interesting with Trevor because now every defensive coordinator has him on tape playing Doug Peterson's offense, which was way different than Bevel's offense, Darrell Bevel's offense, right? Way, way different. Get him on tape, maybe figure him out. Who knows? We'll see. I'm trusting Doug. I'm trusting the play call. I'm trusting the play of our stud quarterback to fight through that game plan. But that'll be interesting. It happens every year. It happens to all the young guys, especially at QB. Get them on tape, figure them out. Let's see how we can attack them. Let's see how we can get them a little ruffled, show his weakness. I don't know how many weaknesses Trevor has, if any. But look, it's gonna be a great year. And with the draft approaching, more free agency, hopefully. I do hope the Jags bring in a stud rusher that's still available. Other teams, too. I'm going to be interested to see where all these guys go. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. And then there'll be a little lull. May, OTAs. Those are not much fun for the player nor the fan. Then get a little time off. And next thing you know, training camp's going to be here. It's middle of April. All right, I got to go. Got to go pick up Joni. Happy birthday, Ma. I love you. Going to come grab her. We're going to go have some good food and she's got to run a couple errands. Those 92-year-olds, they got those errands they got to run, right? So we're going to run some errands as well out at the beach. All right, that'll do it for me this time around right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mac. Thanks to everybody for tuning in here on Facebook. Appreciate you both. 1010 as well. Check us out on YouTube. Be archived there. Archived at 1010xl.com as well. So make sure you check it out if you missed any part of the show. Have a great day. Until next time, stay safe and be cool. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mac. Peace.